Welcome. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, April.
Welcome to the From Yes to I Do Bridal Show virtual experience. I am so excited to meet with you today. I want to introduce to the world. This is Lisa Zachery of none other than Papered Wonders. And when I tell you it's a wonder when you look at this paper, it is.
Thank you so much.
It is.
Invitation.
So tell us about Papered Wonders. Like, how long have you been in business? What do you guys do? Where are you located? All that good stuff.
So we are, as you said, Papered Wonders, and we are most known for our wedding stationery and event stationery. We've been in business full time since 2001. So next year we'll be celebrating 20 years.
What?
Yeah,
that's all kind of gold.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Started the business in 1995, and it was my side hustle, like everybody started. And then when I had my daughter in 2001, then I quit and became a full-time entrepreneur.
Wow.
And it has had its very high highs and its very low lows, but I won't trade it for anything. I absolutely love what I do. I'm very passionate about people having purely wondrous inspiration, wonderful paper for any type of event. So as I said, we're most known for wedding stationery, but we do everything. We do business stationery, we do branding. My sister and best friend, April, she is an English professor as well. So she's a writer. So we do it all. You know, you can come brand your business. We can do the stationery for your grand opening. I mean, there's not any type of client that we don't service. Churches, nonprofits, everything.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Where are you located?
We're in Atlanta. We are born and raised Georgia Peaches. So we're
our
studio is located on the west side of Midtown. Near Chattahoochee Avenue. But yes, we are in Atlanta, but that doesn't stop us. The majority of our clients are not in Atlanta. We service all over the world. As long as UPS and FedEx can deliver.
I know it's right. That is awesome. I love it. Love it. Love it. Well, you know, when you talk about the wedding invitations and stationaries being, you know, your most popular, what's that process like? Because as I'm drooling over your Instagram feed and all that good stuff, I'm seeing these fancy acrylic signs and menus. Listen, I just want to see what the menu's gonna look like. Papered Wonders is let me look.
So much fun.
What is that process? So when we come to you, or bride and groom come to you and say, hey, our wedding is coming up, and
So the process, what we'd like the process to be, because I will start with that, because we do accept rush orders if it's possible, if it's something we can get done. But typically we like to receive our clients through a wedding planner. Because typically, yes, we are 100% self-promoting wedding planners. We know that makes the process so much easier for everybody involved.
Yes.
Hey, you're the captain of this team. You know every single thing that's going on, from the rentals to the venue, food and catering, you're controlling it all. So we want our clients to come through a planner. That's not to say that we won't work with you if you don't, but that's our preference. So typically, if you're coming through a wedding planner, you're probably coming to us at least 6 to 9 months in advance, sometimes even a year. We love to have a full year with our clients. It's not always the case, so we're definitely not bashing that situation. But if we can, then that allows us to be able to serve you timely from save the dates all the way through your thank you notes.
Yes, don't forget the thank yous. That's a good point.
Exactly. So everything in between. So save the dates, invitations, ceremony programs, seating charts or escort cars, menus. Don't forget your welcome gifts for your hotel guests.
Yeah.
if you want to do some type of favor and your thank you notes on the end, we can provide all of those services for you. So timeline wise, it just depends on how much money you have as to how quickly things can get done. So say you come to us 3 months in advance, then you're pushing it. So you might be on a rush ride. Typically, traditionally, we like to keep with traditional etiquette. Doesn't always work out. And I'm always going to tell you what etiquette is, but
that's good.
You're the paying client. So obviously, if you want to step outside of that, then that's totally left up with you. But I'm going to advise you that your save the date should go out at least 6 to 12 months prior to the date. Yes. So if you're coming to me at 5 months, then I'm going to shy you away from save the dates, and I'm going to urge you to send your invitations out sooner. So, because your invitations traditionally would go out 6 to 8 weeks in advance. With the mail being as slow as it is, I typically try to tell people, do the 2 months, which is the 8 weeks. But if you haven't done save the dates, then you could push that to 10 weeks. So that you are giving people, ample time
to understand.
Certainly. So if you're working with us, you may get a package, which we create especially for you. We don't have like set packages. We just design something according to your needs. So you may only need 50 save the dates, but you need 75 invitations for whatever reason. So we can create that especially for you. So if you do save the dates and you come to us in enough time where we send them out, but maybe 9 months in advance, then we won't touch you for a few months because we only work one thing at a time. So when start working on the invitations, because it can be overwhelming to people because they're sitting in a consultation thinking, I don't even know what my menu is. But you tell me we can design it, so we can make it beautiful, but we won't work on it until you get that menu solidified, and that's typically not until the end of the process. So yeah. So time wise, we actually I have a client right now that's getting married New Year's Eve, and I just booked them. So we're kind of rushing them through the process, but whatever we have to do to make the client satisfied is totally fine. And they have a wedding planner, so she's keeping everything intact.
keeping it moving. That's so important. So important. I love that you guys make it all customized for people for what their needs are. And I like the one thing at a time because okay, let's get to save the dates. Then, like you said, we don't know the menu yet. So why, spend all the time on that?
Look like maybe, but we don't have to decide the color because you haven't chosen your linens and your chargers yet. So, at least we have what I like to call is a roadmap. And we know where we're going, but we may decide to go left or right depending on what's in the middle of the road.
I like that. I love it. So with the pandemic, I've even had clients, and I'm sure you have as well, who have been impacted and had to shift. Right. So the 2020 brides, I'm speaking of it especially, who had to kind of make some shifts on their wedding dates. So how does that work? Like, I know it's like, oh, we just ordered all this stuff and it has this date, and now we're going to shift due to COVID restrictions, or the venue bumped us because of the backlog of dates. How did you handle that, or what is your advice? Does that mean people should kind of wait until they get stuff printed off or have the date on it, or this is custom, so how do we change that out? Or
so many uncertainties. But let's assume that we have a lot of COVID affected brides, and let's give our condolences to them for all of the stress that they've had to deal with, because it's been really bad. I will say that the majority of our brides, maybe -2, and we were pretty, fully booked for the year. All had to move to 2021. So the good thing is that they could move, but obviously the bad thing is, when a bride sets a date and they have their mindset on this is the date that I want to get married,
Right.
things change, and we trust God, but still that doesn't change our feelings from
I
being.
know.
So it's been a pretty painful situation, but we've done everything that we can for our brides in particular to help them. So one of the things that we did was, as our planners were reaching out to us, or we were reaching out to our brides, anybody that needed a change of date request, we did all of those electronically. We did not charge them anything to create a graphic for them to email or text or.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We changed a lot of wedding websites to say, the date is changing. We're not sure of the date yet. We've had some brides that have had to change twice. So they might have been like spring, and then they changed to fall because they thought surely we would be out of this by now.
Right.
And, they're not. So then they got to move again to maybe spring or late summer of next year. So we've been trying to accommodate those. And I will say we're never really advocates of digital anything for a wedding.
Okay.
I mean, it's just not proper etiquette. But in these times, you just can't keep pouring money into paper, especially if your venue is charging you a rate to change the date.
Oh, yeah.
Of them were doing. So if they wanted to print paper, we were trying to be as cost effective as we could. Some people are on pause, and we will create a new save the date for them.
Oh, that's great.
Resave this date. So it's just
save the date 2.0.
Exactly. So it's been, I think that just like we do every day, we handle each bride on a case by case, depending on what their needs are. But we try to be as accommodating as possible, which I think is a bonus when you do hire a custom stationery, as opposed to ordering your stationery off Minted or, a ready to order site. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but then you don't have a partner that you can go back to say, hey, I need to fix this, or I need to do that. And in what you were speaking of earlier, some people I did put on pause. They wanted to go ahead and order, and I'm thinking, and even in the background, the planner and I are like, okay, we're going to say that we're going to print these, but we're going to wait just a minute. And that proved to be, the best option.
Wow.
Because then you're having to spend so much more money, So we had a bride that had her save the dates for an April date. Okay. We ended up with an October wedding date. But we did a change the date graphic for her to send in between, and it worked. Nice. So it wasn't a problem. But on our photos, of course, she has 2 different dates. But I just think that just speaks to the history that you'll be able to tell your grandkids about what happened in 2020,
That's what I'm saying. This becomes part of the journey. Like, listen, our love has stood the test of time. We got married in a pandemic. Okay?
So we've had some people go ahead with smaller weddings.
Yeah.
We've had even a couple of couples that have just gotten married by themselves with their minister because they wanted to keep that date. But then they are planning a big reception for next year, whenever we're out of this prayerfully. So I think that it's vitally important to have a custom stationery that is a graphic designer on your team, so that when these types of things pop up, you can, make whatever necessary changes.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. I love that you guys were able to do that. Our motto has been this whole time, love is not canceled, right? So dates may change, some of the details might shift, but at the end of the day,
not changing. Yeah.
That part is what's unmoving, and I love it. And I think it's so important as we build our wedding dream team to have people such as yourself, professionals that have helped keep the dream alive, as I like to say, keep it alive, and in an excellent way. I love the idea of that in between, like a digital graphic, just to kind of, hey guys, this is the shift.
What's happening? Yeah.
Yes. You also mentioned while you were speaking about wedding website. Is that something that you assist with designing as well?
We do design websites. So we do wedding websites as well. So a lot of people don't want to fill their invitation with a bunch of information. Like traditionally, you shouldn't put your gift registry, in your invitation, but that's something you can put on the website if you'd like, or some couples choose to have like 3 different price points of hotel accommodation.
Oh, yes.
That's just a lot for an invitation, but and it makes it so much easier if I can go to the website and I can just click the link and make my reservation myself instead of having to type this XYZ /1 2 3 4. Those links can get really long sometimes.
Absolutely.
The wedding website to me is the best place to house all of your information. And if you're a private person, you don't have to go through all of that, photos and love story and all of that. Just make it simple. You just want something where your guests can get the most information. And that has proven to be one of the best things that the couples that have been affected by COVID had. Because
you just update the website.
Exactly. You update the website and it automatically emails your guests typically. And so they know, what's going on. So
what's the latest. Yeah, I like that idea because then you can set up like even a blog to say, hey, this is where we are. This is what's going on. Stay tuned, you guys.
Because in this situation, the most stressed person is the bride. So everybody to keep calling saying, hey, are you getting married? What's going on with the wedding? What's the date? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So put it all out there so they can get the information and you can kind of relax through the process.
Yes, I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much. Lisa, how can people find you online?
We are Papered Wonders on everything. So our website is paperedwonders.com. We're Papered Wonders on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So anywhere you want to send us a note or get in touch or, view our portfolio, it's all available to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time and your talent. Your gift is definitely making room for you and going out in the land. So I'm grateful for it. Thank you so much. Everybody check out Papered Wonder. You need a custom stationery person on your team and for weddings and beyond. So if you're watching this and you're maybe not getting married, she did say she can make any event fabulous for you and handle all the invitations and stationery and websites. Who knew? That's like a bonus to me. That was a bonus round. I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Let's go. I want all of it. I'm gonna have to talk to you about the business branding. Look, when we talk, I love it. And check it out, we're matching, so we're on the same. Sparkle and shine. I love it. Thank you so much, Lisa.